Black middle school student forced to drink urine in bullying incident, mother says. The Plano Independent School District in Texas and the local police department are investigating the allegations. School officials and local police are investigating a Texas mother's allegation that her son, a black middle schooler, was repeatedly bullied and forced to drink urine by a group of students. The mother, Summer Smith, detailed the allegation abuse in a lengthy Facebook post on Wednesday. Her son, Samarin Humphrey, is a student at Haggard Middle School in Plano, a suburb of Dallas. Imagine being a happy kid who loves making people smile and having a good time. Imagine your classmates and football team members turning on you and targeting you, Smith wrote. Imagine a group of those same football team members attacking you in the locker room with a belt. Imagine being hit in the private area, and when you tell an adult, you're told our boys will be boys. Why didn't you take him out of the school? That's what I want to know. Why didn't you take him out of the school? Sure, it has to be said.
With Chief Drain and his command staff, I believe there were the PIO, one of the attorneys, as well as the chief over investigations. So the organization's position and some of the things that we asked Chief Drain to do, the Family and Next Generation Action Network has requested that the Federal Bureau of Investigations be brought in to investigate this situation as a hate crime. But we want everybody held responsible. We also want the parents who were entrusted with the safety of these children also held accountable in this situation. We are here today because the Plano ISD has failed this family and numerous families before when it comes to bullying, hate, sexual harassment, and several cases that we have heard of in Plano ISD. We have heard from countless children regarding situations that they have said over the years has fallen by the wayside. We have also heard from groups like Dear Plano ISD, a student-led organization, students addressing bullying and sexual harassment in Plano ISD. I want to tell somebody, if this situation is isolated, an organization like that in Plano would not exist. And the superintendent, this is the only thing she felt like she owed this family, is to put out a message on YouTube. After seeing an African American boy drink urine and be assaulted by her students and yet be bullied at her school via social media and etc., she puts out a social media and yet says nothing to this mother to comfort, to say, or anything to find like just an inkling of justice. We call for the full expulsion of these children. Samarion should not have to move from Plano. Samarion should not have to move from Plano. The children in their family who did this to him should have to move from Plano.
Okay. My thing is just like, you knew these kids were bullying him. Why didn't you take him out of the sport? Why didn't you take him out of football? Why didn't you take him out of that school? You know, this is not going to, they're not going to, I hate to say it, but I don't think they're going to get justice. I don't. Okay. And sad to say, this is the sucky, the terrible part about growing up with a single mother. Because after hearing her speak and stuff like that, it doesn't seem like she really up to date with parenting her child. Why would you let your son go to a sleepover with kids that are bullying him? Why? You want to get away from your responsibilities. The mother went on to write that her son's inhaler was taken by a coach who was called racial homophobic slurs, attacked with a BB gun, and forced to drink urine from a cup. Why didn't you have the coach arrested? Why didn't you call the police on the coach? Imagine being forced to drink urine, not only a boy who thought was your friend, but his friends. Imagine the video of you drinking the urine being sent to multiple people in your school. Imagine the school telling you that you can't do a thing about it because the incidents didn't take place on campus. Facebook post reads, "My son doesn't have to imagine these things. These are his reality." Okay. My thing is the fact that probably the son didn't want to tell you because he probably did, and you probably ignored it. That's what I'm thinking. Why didn't he tell you? That's what I want to know. Why didn't he tell you? Or the fact that he did tell you and you didn't want to hear it. You thought he was whining. Something's wrong. The woman does not look like she likes being a parent. Smith also shared 2 videos, including one that appears to show her son sitting on the floor as a person forces him to drink a cup filled with yellow liquid. Several people can be heard in the background laughing. It's not clear what happened before or after the video, and NBC News has not verified or confirmed the claims that the boy was forced to drink urine. A GoFundMe was set up on behalf of the family. It says the alleged incident happened at a recent sleepover at a student's house. Kim Cole, attorney for the family, says she thinks the incident was racially motivated hate crime. Of course it was. Samarian was bullied at school for over a year. Wait a minute. Your son was bullied for over a year and you still let him go to that school? So much that he had to quit playing football, which he loved, she wrote in a Facebook post on Friday. The Plano Independent School District said it first became aware of the alleged incident on Tuesday and is working with the campus and local law enforcement to actively investigate the matter. Our district does not tolerate nor condone bullying or harassing behavior. It is taking prompt and remedial action to address the concerns, the district said in a statement. School officials said they could not discuss possible intervention or disciplinary action because the matter involves students. Why not? In the Facebook post, the police department said the case has been assigned to a juvenile detective. The detective and school resource officer will continue to work with Plano ISD officials to conduct a full and thorough investigation in an effort to identify any criminal offenses that might have occurred prior to this incident, Plano police said. Phone call and email to Cole were not immediately returned Friday. Smith joined her attorney and others for a press conference Friday afternoon. This is not a prank, Smith said. This is beyond bullying. This is crazy, man. I'm sorry, but the mother let this happen for a year. Yes, she let it happen for a year. How is this happening for a year? Why didn't you call the police then? You don't really like being a parent. That's it. It's sad to say. You don't like being a parent. Well, what about the father? The father's not there. Obviously, she didn't pick a man to be there for the father, to be a father in this kid's life. And sad to say, regardless of what happens, whoever is a single parent, father or mother, the ball's in your court and you have to pick up the slack. That's what it is. Single father or single mother. That's just how it is. All right. So there really isn't any blame there. To go on. You don't have time for the blame game. The only time you have is to be a parent. That's it. And she don't look like she liked being a parent, or she looked like she just wanted to be in control. And this is how she sees to do it. Unfortunately, I feel sorry for black men who grew up with single mothers who are like this. There are some good black single mothers, but there are some really terrible, derelict single mothers out there, And I feel sorry for black men and black women who had to grow up with terrible single mothers. Do I wish that they get justice? Yes, I do. I hope that this child gets justice. But I also hope that the mother wakes up, puts that kid in self-defense classes, and helps him to, stand up for himself. And there could be a good, healthy role model, and this kid could get the mother could end up being with a man who's going to be a healthy stepdad to this kid and teach him how to be a man, teach him to defend himself. All right. Tell me what you think in the comments. What do you think about this story? All right. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.